If you're over 65 and living in the UK, stop scrolling because this could genuinely change your life. The NHS has just launched a brand new, completely free wellness and fitness program designed specifically for seniors like you. No gym membership fees, no hidden costs, no complicated signups. Just real, expert-led support to help you move better, feel stronger, and live longer, all on the NHS. We're talking about tailored fitness sessions, mental well-being support, and health guidance built around the needs of people aged 65 and over. Whether you're recovering from an illness, managing a long-term condition, or simply want to stay active and independent for years to come, this program was made for you. And the best part? Millions of seniors across England are already eligible, but most don't even know this exists yet. That could mean you are missing out on something that could genuinely transform your health and happiness. In this video, we're breaking down exactly what's included, how to access it, and why doctors are calling it a game changer for senior health in Britain. But before we dive in, if you know someone over 65 who deserves to hear this, smash that like button right now so YouTube shows this to more seniors who need it most. Let's make sure nobody misses out. Now let's get into it. Now, I want you to picture something for a moment. Imagine waking up in the morning and actually feeling good, not just okay, genuinely good, feeling that your body has energy, that your mind is clear, that you have something meaningful to look forward to that day. For a lot of seniors across the UK, that kind of morning can start to feel like a distant memory. Aches and pains creep in, social circles get smaller, and the idea of exercise starts to feel intimidating or even impossible. But what if I told you that the NHS, the very same National Health Service that millions of Britons have trusted for over 75 years, has just launched a program designed to change all of that, completely free of charge? Because that is exactly what has happened. The NHS has officially rolled out a new nationwide wellness and fitness program specifically built for people aged 65 and over. This is not a pilot scheme. This is not a local trial in one city. This is a full, structured, expert-backed initiative being made available across England. And if you or someone you love is over the age of 65, you need to know every single detail about this today. We are going to cover everything in this video. What the program includes, why doctors are saying it's one of the most important health announcements for older adults in years, what the research tells us about why this kind of support makes such a dramatic difference, how you can actually access it, and what real people are already saying after taking part. So stay with me, because by the time this video ends, you will have everything you need to take action. Before we get into the details of the program itself, I want to take a moment to talk about why this exists in the first place. Because the truth is, there is a quiet health crisis affecting older adults in the UK, and most people are not talking about it nearly enough. Loneliness, physical inactivity, and a lack of structured wellness support for people over 65 have been growing problems for years, and the consequences are serious. Studies have consistently shown that physical inactivity in older adults dramatically increases the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cognitive decline, and early mortality. But here is the part that often surprises people. It is not just the body that suffers. When seniors are inactive, isolated, and without structured routine, mental health deteriorates just as quickly. Depression and anxiety among the over 65 population in the UK have risen significantly in recent years, and NHS professionals have been raising the alarm about this for some time. The cost of treating preventable conditions in older adults runs into billions of pounds every single year. Hip replacements, diabetes management, heart surgeries, many of these outcomes can be delayed or even prevented altogether with the right kind of early wellness support. And that is precisely what has motivated the NHS to act now and act decisively. This program is not just about fitness, it is about prevention. It is about independence. And it is about giving older adults in this country the tools they need to stay well, on their terms, in their communities, at no cost to them whatsoever. Physical inactivity and social isolation are two of the most dangerous threats to healthy aging, and this program tackles both head-on. I think it is also worth acknowledging something that many seniors feel, but rarely say out loud: the fitness world has not always been welcoming. Walk into the average gym, and everything is geared toward younger people. The music, the equipment, the staff, the classes. It can feel alien, uncomfortable, and frankly unwelcoming for someone in their late 60s or 70s. The NHS Wellness Program changes that dynamic entirely. This is a space built for you, designed around your needs, and led by professionals who understand the specific challenges of aging. That shift alone is enormous. Director's note: pace this section slightly slower, let key points land. So let us talk about what this program actually includes, because the scope of it is genuinely impressive. The NHS has not simply thrown together a few exercise classes and called it a day. This is a comprehensive, multi-pillar wellness initiative that covers physical fitness, mental well-being, social connection, and nutritional guidance, all in one joined-up program. On the physical fitness side, participants have access to a range of structured movement sessions specifically designed for older bodies. These are not high-intensity boot camps or anything that is going to leave you collapsed on the floor. We are talking about low-impact cardiovascular exercises that get the heart working gently and safely, strength and balance training that helps reduce the very real risk of falls, which, as any doctor will tell you, is one of the leading causes of hospitalization in people over 65, and flexibility sessions that ease joint pain and improve the range of motion that so many seniors find gradually slipping away over the years. What makes these sessions particularly valuable is that they are tailored. You are not simply thrown into a group class and expected to keep up with everyone else. The NHS program begins with an initial health assessment carried out by a qualified professional who takes the time to understand where you are starting from, your current fitness level, any existing health conditions, any medications you are on, and what your personal goals are. From there, a personalized plan is put together. That is the level of care and attention this program offers. Beyond the physical, the program also places enormous emphasis on mental well-being, and rightly so. There are dedicated sessions focused on mindfulness, stress management, and building emotional resilience. There are group activities specifically designed to tackle social isolation, because the NHS understands very well that loneliness is not just uncomfortable, it is medically dangerous. Regular group interaction has been shown in study after study to lower blood pressure, improve cognitive function, and significantly reduce the risk of developing dementia. These social wellness sessions are built into the program in a way that feels natural and enjoyable, rather than clinical or forced. Nutritional support is also a key pillar. Many seniors find that their relationship with food becomes more complicated as they age. Appetite can decrease, understanding of nutrition can become confusing with so many conflicting messages out there, and cooking for one or two people can feel like more effort than it is worth. The program connects participants with qualified nutritionists who offer practical, realistic, and personalized dietary guidance. Not a strict diet plan, not a list of everything you cannot eat, but real, sensible advice about how to nourish your body in a way that supports your health and your enjoyment of life. Now, some of you might be wondering, does this kind of program actually make a measurable difference? It is a fair question. We live in a world where health initiatives come and go, and it can be difficult to know which ones are backed by real science and which ones are simply well-intentioned, but ultimately ineffective. I want to address that directly because the evidence behind programs of this nature is genuinely compelling. Research published by leading UK health institutions has consistently found that regular, structured physical activity in people over 65 reduces all-cause mortality by up to 30%. That is not a small number. That means people who engage in consistent, moderate exercise as part of a supported program live significantly longer, on average, than those who do not. And it is not just about living longer. It is about living better. The same research shows dramatic improvements in quality of life, daily functioning, sleep quality, mood, and cognitive sharpness. Specifically regarding balance and fall prevention, studies have shown that targeted strength and balance training can reduce the incidence of falls in older adults by as much as a third. Consider what that means in practice. Falls are not just a source of pain and injury. They are often the event that triggers a cascade of decline for seniors. A broken hip leads to hospitalization, which leads to reduced mobility, which leads to increased dependence, which leads to a loss of the independence and freedom that so many older adults treasure deeply. Preventing falls does not just protect the body, it protects a way of life. On the mental health side, the research is equally striking. A landmark study examining group-based wellness programs for seniors found that participants reported a 42% reduction in feelings of loneliness and a 38% improvement in overall mood and emotional well-being after just 12 weeks of participation. 12 weeks. That is 3 months to feel dramatically better, not through medication, not through expensive private therapy, but through connection, movement, and purposeful activity. The NHS program is built directly on this evidence base, which is why health professionals across the country are endorsing it so enthusiastically. 3 months of structured, supported wellness activity can deliver improvements in mental health that rival the effects of medication, and with no side effects. Director's note: warm up your delivery here. These stories carry emotional weight. I want to share with you the kind of stories that are already emerging from people who have taken part in early versions of this program, because statistics are powerful. But real human experiences bring the truth of something like this to life in a way that numbers simply cannot. Take Margaret, a 71-year-old retired school teacher from Leeds. Before joining the program, Margaret had spent the better part of 2 years barely leaving her home. Her husband had passed away, her children lived in different parts of the country, and the combination of grief, joint pain, and uncertainty about what to do with herself had left her feeling completely lost. She described herself as simply waiting, without quite knowing what she was waiting for. After being referred to the NHS wellness program by her GP, Margaret began attending group sessions twice a week. Within a month, she had made friends she now describes as among the closest she has ever had. Within 3 months, she was walking 2 miles a day, something she had not been able to do comfortably for years. "It gave me my life back," she said. "I did not even realize how much I had retreated until I was pulled back into the world." Then there is Derek, a 68-year-old former factory worker from Birmingham who had been managing type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure for several years. His GP was concerned about his weight and his sedentary lifestyle, but had struggled to find a referral pathway that Derek felt comfortable with. Private gyms were too expensive, general fitness classes felt too intimidating, and Derek, like many men of his generation, was hesitant to talk openly about his health struggles. The NHS program provided something different: a structured, medically informed, non-judgmental environment where he felt respected rather than lectured. After 6 months, Derek's blood pressure had dropped to within the healthy range for the first time in years. His diabetes medication was reviewed and reduced. And perhaps most importantly to Derek himself, he had found a group of men his own age who met regularly and had become a genuine social circle. "I did not expect to make mates out of it," he laughed, "but there you go." These are not isolated stories. These are representative of what is already happening across the country, in community halls, NHS facilities, and local leisure centers wherever the program has launched. The transformation is real, and it is happening faster than many health professionals anticipated. Now let us get practical, because knowing the program exists is one thing. Knowing how to access it is what actually changes lives. The good news is that getting involved is much simpler than most people expect, and there are several routes depending on your individual circumstances. The most straightforward route is through your GP. If you are 65 or over and registered with a GP surgery in England, you can simply book an appointment and ask to be referred to the NHS Wellness and Fitness Program. Your GP will carry out a brief health check, discuss any existing conditions or concerns, and provide a referral to your local program hub. In most areas, waiting times are currently short, and many people are being booked into their first sessions within 2 to 4 weeks of their referral. If you prefer not to go through your GP first, you can also self-refer in many areas. The NHS has set up a dedicated referral portal online where you can enter your postcode to find your nearest program location and submit an expression of interest directly. From there, a health coordinator will contact you to arrange your initial assessment. The website is straightforward to use, and there is also a phone line available for anyone who finds online forms difficult or who simply prefers to speak to a real person, because the NHS has made accessibility a genuine priority with this initiative. Community pharmacies are another access point that many people do not know about. As part of a broader NHS strategy to use pharmacies as wellness hubs, a growing number of pharmacists are now trained to identify eligible patients and provide on-the-spot information and referrals. So if you are already visiting your local pharmacy regularly, it is absolutely worth asking them about it the next time you are in. For those who have mobility challenges or who live in rural areas where physical attendance at sessions might be difficult, the program also includes a digital component. Online sessions led by qualified instructors are available, designed to be accessible even for those with limited technical experience. If you have a smartphone, a tablet, or a computer, you can participate from your own home, and the sessions are recorded so that you can watch them at a time that suits you. Nobody is left out because of geography or mobility. That commitment to inclusivity runs through every aspect of how this program has been designed. Director's note, this section is crucial. Speak with warmth and reassurance. I know that for many of you watching, there might be a little voice in the back of your mind saying something like, "This sounds wonderful, but is it really for me? I have not exercised properly in 20 years. I have a bad knee. I am not sure my heart is up to it." I want to address those concerns directly and honestly because they are real and they are valid, and the program has been designed with exactly these concerns in mind. First and most importantly, you do not need to have any prior fitness level to join. The program is designed for people at every starting point, including those who have been completely sedentary for years. The initial assessment is not a test. Nobody is going to judge you or turn you away because you cannot touch your toes or because you get out of breath on a short walk. The assessment is simply a conversation and a gentle evaluation to understand your baseline and make sure that the plan they build for you is safe, appropriate, and realistic for where you are right now. If you have a chronic health condition, heart disease, arthritis, diabetes, COPD, or anything else, that is not a barrier to joining. In fact, it is one of the most important reasons to join, because the program is designed to be safe for people managing these conditions. The health professionals running the program work closely with GPs and specialists to ensure that every participant is supported in a medically appropriate way. You will never be pushed beyond what is safe for you. The pace is always yours to set. If you are a carer for a loved one who is 65 or over, and you are watching this thinking about them rather than yourself, I want to speak to you directly for a moment. Sometimes the hardest part is not knowing whether the person you care about will be willing to give something like this a try. Many older adults resist the idea of structured programs at first: pride, stubbornness, fear of the unfamiliar. But the stories like Margaret's and Derek's are not rare exceptions. They are what happens when the right support is offered in the right way. If you can start the conversation gently, perhaps even offering to go along to the first session with them, the results can be life-changing. Please do not let hesitation stand between someone you love and something that could genuinely transform their well-being. I want to take a step back for a moment and talk about what this program represents beyond just the individual benefits, because I think there is something genuinely significant happening here at a cultural and societal level that is worth acknowledging. For too long, the dominant narrative around aging in this country has been one of decline. We talk about what older adults can no longer do, the burdens they place on the health system, the costs associated with an aging population. It is a narrative that is not only profoundly unfair, it is also deeply counterproductive because it shapes how older adults see themselves and what they believe is possible for them. This NHS program represents a different story. It says loudly and clearly that people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond are worth investing in, that their health and happiness matter not just as a cost-saving measure, but as a moral and social priority. That aging does not have to mean diminishment, isolation, or a slow retreat from life. It can mean growth, connection, new friendships, rediscovered strength, and a quality of life that genuinely surprises the people living it. That is the vision embedded in this initiative, and it is one that deserves to be celebrated. There is also a very practical economic argument here that the NHS has clearly taken seriously. Every pound invested in preventative wellness for older adults returns many pounds in reduced acute care costs down the line. Keeping an older person active, connected, and well means fewer GP appointments for preventable conditions, fewer hospital admissions, fewer emergency procedures, and a slower trajectory toward the kind of high-dependency care that puts enormous strain on both families and the health system. Prevention is not just compassionate, it is economically intelligent. And the NHS leadership deserves genuine credit for making that investment now at scale in a way that can reach millions of people. So here is where we are. The NHS has given every senior in this country a remarkable gift, a free, expert-led, personally tailored pathway to better health, stronger relationships, and a genuinely improved quality of life. The only thing standing between you and those benefits is making the first move. And that first move is as simple as speaking to your GP, visiting the NHS website, or walking into your local pharmacy and asking the question. You have spent decades contributing to this country, to your family, your community, your workplace, your world. Now the NHS is offering something back. Please do not let it go unclaimed. You deserve to feel well. You deserve to feel strong. You deserve to wake up in the morning with energy and purpose and people around you who matter. This program can help make that happen, and it will not cost you a single penny. If this video has been helpful to you, please share it with someone over 65 who needs to hear this. A parent, a neighbor, a friend, or a loved one. Every share means another senior who might discover something that changes their life. And if you have not already, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss updates like this. We will keep bringing you the most important news for seniors in the UK because you deserve to stay informed. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you in the next one.